This video explores work on analogical reasoning. The article from Mind, Brain and Education outlines a general strategy for teaching by analogy. Two situations are generally said to be analogous if they share a common pattern of relationships, typically including causal relations, among their constituent elements, even though the elements themselves differ across the two situations. For example, cooks relate to dishes in a comparable way that ribosomes relate to proteins. The key to learning from an instructional analogy is to first understand why the source behaves as it does, and to then transfer this knowledge to the target. It's widely argued that a major goal of education is to be able to apply learning to wider situations, abstract from what we've specifically learnt. This is essentially what analogical reasoning is, seeing the links between learnt and new situations. Once the source analogue has been accessed, key elements of the two analogues can be mapped to generate correspondences among the elements. Critically, these correspondences are largely based on matches between relations that are in some sense causal. The problem solver can then infer a novel solution to the target problem by creating a new idea based on information initially provided by the source alone. I'll give you time to read through the slide, which is also available on Instagram. Handle is @educational.neuroscience.media. But the three potential pitfalls are: students in any classroom are not uniform, the difficulty in learning relational concepts can be compounded by ineffective teaching techniques, and that differing levels of executive functions in students seem to require different strategies. There is a lot more detail in the report than can be efficiently reported in this medium, but I've taken their summary principles because this is exactly that, a summary. Before I go through them, this highlights that teaching is skill-based. All skills take time to develop, and, at least in Australia, we don't develop our teachers based on the skills of developing learners, and we are poorer for it. More time and scaffolding should be afforded teachers to developing the skills that grow a student's mind. The benefit of even professional development on analogical reasoning would be profound. Teachers should use well-understood source analogues to capitalise on prior knowledge, explain the correspondences fully, highlight shared causal structure among examples of structurally defined category using visuospatial, gestural, and verbal supports. Explain correspondences between semantic information and mathematical operations. Discuss conceptual meaning of mathematical operations. Use presentation style to facilitate comparison and reduce cognitive load of comparison process when appropriate. Once students have some proficiency with the material, encourage generation of inferences. Much credit to all of the sources and authors from which I reported on their work. Further information, please feel free to leave a note in the comments. If you found this video helpful or informative, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos on educational neuroscience, please subscribe. Thank you for watching.